Thanks for joining in. This is our annual update from Circuit of the Americas. I thought it was important to take a few moments and kind of walk through what we accomplished this year with SVRA, and more importantly, give you some idea of what we're in store for in 2015. Well, let's start with the year. Probably the biggest new event that we added was Indianapolis, and clearly that was a watershed moment for SVRA. The season, I think that coupled with what we've accomplished here at Circuit of the Americas with the National Championship really has created a buzz with SVRA and our fans. So to start with, for closing out 2014 here at COTA, I'm really pleased with the progress the company's made. I'm pretty jazzed to be in a position to do this video this morning and to share with you what's in store for 2015. To start with, our season's really expanding. We're adding 5 new races next year to an already 13 race season. So let's start with the schedule for next year. In February, we kick off at Spring Mountain with SVRA out on the West Coast. Is the middle of February. We're going to be up in Las Vegas. And last year was the first time that we did a true partnership deal with SVRA, and it worked out fabulously. But then on the heels of that, the following weekend, we kick off our East Coast schedule, and I'm really proud to announce we are back. SVRA is back at Road Atlanta. And we're doing a kind of a unique thing for our competitors. If they come down to Road Atlanta and open the season there, and then the following weekend come down to Sebring, which is our traditional opener, for racing the first 2 events of the season, they can pick any race they want the rest of the season with the exception of Indy or COTA, and it's on SVRA. This is our first attempt to really lower the cost of racing for the competitors. And we're pretty excited, to be back at Road Atlanta, and of course Sebring, our typical season opener, is always a fabulous venue. In March, we're back out on the West Coast for Buttonwillow and Willow Springs in that time frame, partnering with SVRA. At Willow Springs, we're going to be true 50-50 partners again, much like Spring Mountain. And then, of course, Buttonwillow, we're going to be the invited guests for them. And then coming back across the country, we'll be at Homestead in April. And this year at Homestead, we're going to do a couple different things. That is going to be the kickoff of our oval sessions. We are going to have 4 events this year that have oval exhibition races on top of the road racing. So we're really excited to be back at Homestead. We're going to do that in conjunction with Contemporary Trans Am. So it's great for the fans to see modern day professional racing, couple them with oval exhibition, on top of which we're going to have our traditional road race package. So it will be a full day and weekend of racing. May gets into the meat of the season. We kick off in the East. We're up at Road America for our East Coast season. But the newest piece of the puzzle that we're really fired up about is throughout this year we acquired General Racing. And with that came 2 very important pieces to our long-term puzzle. The first being, when we acquired General Racing to be part of SVRA, we get Steve Earle on the team. And Steve Earle dates back in this industry for more than 40 years. He was the founder of Monterey Historics and several other prominent events. But most important, he brings 40 years of knowledge of how these cars should be prepared, and he is going to stay on with SVRA and be the director of the Gold Medallion program. We also will have Sonoma on our schedule. So Sonoma Historics will be the weekend before Memorial Day, the last weekend, and just before the last weekend in May. And we're just thrilled to finally have that watershed footprint in the Northern California to be at Sonoma. Then we quickly buzz across the country to Indianapolis. 3rd week in June, we'll be back out to Indianapolis Motor Speedway. It's actually the weekend before Father's Day, so it comes in around the 14th. Pro-Am, Indy, Oval, you name it, it's there. We had such a phenomenal turnout for our first year event. The 2nd week in June, or right after Indy, we go back out to Auto Club Speedway for our Southern California race, and that event, we do an oval exhibition there as well, much like we're going to do at Homestead, Indy, and Pocono. And then we come back across to Mid-Ohio So the month of June is just 3 out of 4 weekends. We're just packed with amazing events. And one that is really neat for July that I failed to mention is Portland. This came to us this year organically. We were surprised to have an opportunity to put on a race, and we're putting it on the second week in July. And first of all, I love the city of Portland, and to have a chance to do something in the Pacific Northwest. We've invited Sovereign racers, CSRG racers, and SVRA racers to come in with SVRA and just have really try to make this special. We're planning a concert, a car show, some pretty neat things with that event. Now July is kind of interesting because it's possible we could be racing our traditional fall race for Watkins Glen, the U.S. Vintage Grand Prix in July, the third week of July. August, we're in Pocono, which is just terrific.
Pole sitter Montoya now takes over the lead. The fans are on their feet. Here he comes. Juan Montoya, the pole sitter, goes to the checkered flag, and he wins the Pocono 500.
I think the coolest or most unique event that we've added this year is Coronado.
Tens of thousands are expected to visit NAS North Island this weekend for the Coronado Speed Festival, just one of many events scheduled for this year's Fleet Week.
It's held on the naval base just outside of the city of San Diego on Coronado Island. It is an event that's truly unique. The racetrack has to be built. It's on a naval base, on the actual runway of an airstrip. And the award ceremony is done on the USS Nimitz, an aircraft carrier that it's just the color, the feel, the patriotism, and the fans that turn out. It's really, truly a unique experience. Whether you're a fan or a vintage racer, having the opportunity to see that event is incredible. But of course, our East Coast season-ending race in September is always VIR. And I have to tell you, this year's VIR was just tremendous. It was probably the best racing. We do that in conjunction with Trans Am again, and the fans really seem to be embracing the Gold Cup. And then we go to New Orleans, another new event. We're actually going to do that the second week of October. It's an event that we're going to invite SVRA, of course, all other members, but SVRA will be the guest club to race with SVRA at NOLA. We're having Trans Am race with us there as well. The fans love it. We're going to have Mardi Gras in October, which should be a great theme. And then, as always, we end our season back here for the U.S. Vintage National Championship at COTA. So, big picture schedule. 18 races in 2015, just fabulous. You know, some things to think about. We had over 3,000 entries in 2014, and in 2015 we'll go over 4,000. The excitement and buzz across vintage racing that seems to be happening is just awesome. I personally believe that SVRA and vintage racing will be mentioned in the same breath as a NASCAR or IndyCar someday with the way our events are wrapping up. And so to my sponsors, to my fans that have come to SVRA events, to our competitors, thank you. 2014 was an amazing year. 2015, I think, is going to really push us up much further up the food chain and just in overall motor racing in America. And we got some great surprises coming. And in closing out, SVRA just launched a Vintage Racing Quarterly magazine, and we're so excited to have a platform that we can share driver profiles, do lifestyle pieces around the events that we hold around the country, so you can step outside of just the race mode and see what's around the surrounding communities. We do new car reviews, and of course we always cover our events and promote our future events. So you'll want to be looking for your copy of Vintage Racing Quarterly. But to everyone, thank you for a fantastic 2014. We're excited about 2015, and you'll be hearing from us throughout the year. Thank you.